So I wanted to talk about UFC. I was saying maybe we go into UFC 250 or we go into like McGregor versus Holloway. Which one do you want to get into? Maybe McGregor, because that was the most recent one.
Yeah, let's do McGregor Holloway. That's the most
All
recent.
right.
Yeah.
So do you think he's going to come back, or what do you think of that whole situation? Because we were so pumped, and then couldn't have ended worse. What do you think is going to happen with that?
I th- I I think
I'd be done.
two things. One, I think he's coming back. He has one fight left on his contract. I think he's crazy enough and determined enough, especially with the head place that he's in right now, to come back and see this through because that's just who Conor is. Two, it's hard to not look at all this, especially with his conversion back into the church, for God to not just go, I'm going to blow your knee out. You know what I mean?
If that's legit,
His
it is
conversion?
quite a. Yeah, like I don't know if that's legit because he did some pretty heinous things, and now he's a believer. It's like, okay, dude, it seems like damage control for a pretty bad image for a while.
I mean, you could look at, I guess that's kind of everyone though, right? Like everyone's kind of doing damage control on their soul.
Yeah,
If you
I'm
think
just saying
about it,
that.
because I think,
I don't know if he's sincere.
look at Shia LaBeouf, you
Mhm.
know, Shia LaBeouf had a crazy conversion, met with Bishop Barron. He was, he seemed very fervent in his belief after he did the movie about Padre Pio. And, he had it looked like a year of commitment. And then he's out in, Mardi Gras
Mhm.
and just getting into debauchery, and I personally, not for me to judge, I can't, it's hard to know if someone's conversion's true or not. The guy that you probably saw this one, I think Brittany might have sent this one to you, but the, the founder of Elf Cosmetics, his conversion and him becoming Catholic
Yeah, I didn't hear about that one.
and then him becoming a priest and selling everything. Crazy,
That's cool.
crazy conversion. You know what I mean? But if you listen to his story, they didn't want him to become a priest because they didn't believe him. So, at
Interesting.
the end of the day, it's hard to know. I guess you're just going to be judged by your fruits,
Yeah,
But he did
you
do,
know, only
apparently
God
he did
knows.
do, yeah, only God knows. Only God knows. And so he did do some very heinous, Connor apparently did do some heinous things. And I'm pretty sure he was convicted of those things, right?
Yeah, about as bad as it can get.
Yeah. But, wasn't Mike Tyson convicted too? So, I,
He didn't come back though and try to use the church as a thing though. That's the only thing I'd kind of like, you know.
I mean, you don't know until they're just committed for years and years.
Yeah.
It's a pretty recent thing. He
I just
seems,
want to know if he's going to come back or not. That's all.
yeah. I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
I think he will. He's crazy enough. He's crazy enough to do it. And, the way that his knee blew out was from him training the same move for months and months in a row. And the way that move is, the way that you step and pivot, it puts so much strain on the ACL because it's a sideways movement on that knee. It's so much stress on like the lateral part of the knee
Hmm.
just going sideways. And, him and his coach were like, well, we drilled that for months. And it's like, you drilled it for months. That's what happens, because that's a weird,
Right.
that's a weird move on the knee, the way that you
Yeah.
jump and then just pivot and all that pressure's there. It sucks because that fight card was so good. I think it had some of the best. It had some of the best finishes. It was a really good card. It'd probably be like a 9 out of 10. It was like an 8 out of 10 leading up to Conor. And then Conor just blows his knee out. And you're just like, what's crazy is he blew the other knee out when he fought Max the first time. And it was the same injury. It was an AC.
Yeah. He's 38. He's getting to that age
I mean, he
where
said
it's
he's
like,
gonna.
I
He
don't
said he's
know.
gonna finish it. He said he's gonna go for one more. And
Yeah.
if,
We'll see. We'll see. He said he talks a lot.
I'd put money on it.
So yeah, I put money on him just because if I were to bet on Max Holloway, it was If you bet on Max, you didn't really win anything. So sometimes it's more fun to bet on the underdog because you can like 5x your money.
Yeah, whoever bet money on that fight lost out big time.
Yeah.
I mean, how long was the fight? 30 minutes or 30 seconds?
I think it was less than that. He just sprinted out, did a kick, and then
Yeah. And then
there was a couple more
it
stand-ups,
popped.
and that was it.
Yeah.
Didn't last long.
I think that's just karma.
Yeah, I had thought that too.
Yeah. I think it's just
So,
repercussions for
bad behavior.
just everything, you know?
Yeah. Man.
What do they call
yeah,
that? That's a God wink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God wink.